Hey Spice Lovers, it's Steve the Lazy Scientist, and today I'm going to do something I haven't ever done before. I am going to trim a full Packers brisket. I've never done this before. I smoke loads of meat, but I've never done this from scratch. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make some mistakes, so you might as well join me on them. So let's go. I'm going to start off by opening it. Not really sure which way up it is at the moment or what's going on, so we're just going to get it open. Okie dokie. And I just wanted to say that I got this from I Devour. It is, or I Devour even, they're Irish grass-fed beef, absolutely delicious. Check them out online. Got absolutely no idea what side is which is a great start. So we shall just have a little bit of a hack and start getting rid of some of this fat that is on here to begin with. Okay. So I think that's going to be the fatty side, and then this flatter side will be the underbit. So we're going to start by taking away quite a lot of this fat and see what we've got going on underneath. So I totally had one of those moments of, whoa, have I done the start on the wrong side? And I haven't. This is the top side. So I'm going to go back to the bottom and I'm going to carry on doing what I was doing and getting as much of the fat and silver skin off as possible. It's got a few big gouges in there, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is. And then we'll flip it over and have a look at the other side. So yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, so I feel like I've done an okay job, butchered it a little bit. I don't want to go too heavy. This is my first one and we'll just see how it goes. So yeah, let's turn it over and see if we can give the other side a bit of a go. Okay, so this is the fat cap, and apparently you want to get it down to about 1/4 of an inch and take out a little bit of this fat here, but try and leave as much as possible because this is the top, and it's kind of to protect it and keep it a bit keep it moist. So we shall see. We're going to go slow with this, just take off a bit at a time. Okay, so I want to get some of this fat out and also flatten off this bit of skin as well. So I'm just gonna be brutal, I think, and just take it off. Right, I think that is about it. Don't want to take too much more off of that. That's in there, I've taken a lot of that out. can maybe take a little bit off here. And I think, because this edge is a bit thin, just going to take off a little bit of that. Better. And maybe just this bit across here as well. Maybe just trim up this back edge a little bit. Just so it looks a bit nicer. Okay, so I've trimmed my brisket. Now I'm going to get on with putting the rub on so we can get it into the smoker. First of all, going to get some mustard. Going to use this as a bit of a binder. Okay, and then I'm going to get some of my rub, which is just some coarsely ground black pepper, salt, and a little bit of garlic powder. Now it's a big piece of meat, so you can be quite liberal with this. It's going to help it get a nice bark. Lovely. Then we can turn it over and do the same thing on this side. Now that is ready. Okay, good morning spice lovers. So it's about 7:30 in the morning. This has been in the smoker for about 9 hours overnight. It's now got a lovely bark on it and it's ready to wrap, and then we're going to put a temperature probe in it and watch it until it's ready to be eaten. So let's go. Next bit is wrapping. So this is just some pink butcher's paper. It's unwaxed. You can buy this online. Going to spray it a little bit. It's just some water. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, not the best way of doing it. And now we're going to get this back in the smoker with a temperature probe in it, and hopefully it'll be about another 4 or 5 hours. Hey everyone, so the smoke took about 18.5 to 19 hours to finish off the brisket. I ended up turning up at the end because obviously I'd had enough of waiting. It's now been resting for about 2.5 hours at about 60 degrees C. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually making some tallow. So that's where you take the beef fat, everything you took off the trimmings, and then really gently cook it for about 3.5 hours until it turns into fat. Then you sieve it and you're left with basically beef drippings. So yeah, what else am I going to do to while the time away while I'm waiting? There you go, Well, I'll be back soon and it will be ready. Okay, so last piece of the puzzle. It's been resting for about 2.5 hours at about 50 to 60 degrees C in the oven. Hopefully that means that all of the juices have been reabsorbed, and we're going to crack it open. I'm going to try and figure out which bit's which, and then we're going to cut it into some burnt ends and then obviously the brisket. So let's have a look. Looks incredible, smells incredible, absolutely brilliant. So seam that we want, first of all, let's bring this a little bit in so you can see it. It's down here where that kind of seam of fat was, and that's great. So that is completely separated. Wow, that's delicious. Right, so you can see there, completely separated those two bits. Okay, so funnily enough, my phone ran out of memory, but anyway, I just wanted to show you. So I've separated the two parts. We had the bit that was underneath, which is the point, and I've cut that into cubes, and these are going to become my burnt ends. I'm going to put them in some barbecue sauce, and then this is the flat, which I've taken out, and we've got some lovely, delicious flat pieces cut across the grain. So yeah, that's my first brisket. I'm pretty happy with it. Made a few mistakes that I will work on next time, but I hope this has helped you. And yeah, give it a go. Nice one. Banging. Okay, so here it is, my point. So I'm going to make that into burnt ends, and then my flat, taken a few bits off. Tastes absolutely delicious. It's a bit drier than I would have hoped for. So I've got some lessons still be learnt, but I'm pretty happy with that.